Hello, my gorgeousness.
Are you okay, my beautiful bestie that I speak to every single week now?
I know, look at us making it a thing.
Living my best life. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. Right, well, we've got a really exciting episode today for everyone because we are going to be interviewing the incredible Lisa Coleman, aka Cam, the legend.
The icon herself. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? Like, we wanted to make sure, like, one of the first people that we interviewed had to be Lisa. So we're going to give you that juice momentarily, but me and Dani just obviously want our quick catch up first. So yeah, so are you good? How was your week? Everything, are you melting or are you all right?
Mate, I am so hot. Now, look, I love my children, but I don't want them anywhere near me. I am too sticky.
Honestly.
Just don't touch me, please.
Honestly.
Don't. I did a PA the other night and I felt so bad because, like, I was in a club and the people were so delightful, but everyone in the club and I'm too old to be here. I don't know any of these songs and you're all 20 years younger than me. But like, and I felt so bad because like everyone wants a hug and I'm like, I wear natural deodorant and I stink. Oh my God.
I do that as well, like my natural deodorant, like I'm like, oh, it's really testing it today. How good is this deodorant? Let's really do a review today.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm pushing it. I am really pushing it.
I'm not going to put my hands up today, guys. I'm just going to go whoop, whoop, you know? Oh, but guess what I have got for the sunshine?
Oh, stop that now. Stop it. Is that me on a hat?
Look at her. Look at her. We found her.
Oh my gosh, I need to send Simon up in this loft. I need to happen. It's just too hot at the moment. He's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Heat rises. We're absolutely not going in the loft yet. But yeah, I am not going to get a sunburnt head because I can make my world come true. And all my dreams will see me through. So, talking about the theme tune, guess what else I found?
What did you find?
Right, I don't know if you're ready for this. I don't know if you're ready, actually, and everyone else is 100% not ready. I don't know if I'm okay with even sharing this, but basically, guys, one weekend, Dani came to stay at my house, and we thought...
No, I think I know where this is going.
Do you remember?
I think I know exactly what you're about to pull out.
We basically used my mum and dad's office as a recording studio, okay? And we thought we'd create an album. I'm sorry, but look at the moodiness. Excuse the crack in the case. I obviously didn't look after it. But we've got Friends Forever.
Friends Forever. Oh, look at us.
Facts, all right? Pure sass in front of the door.
Oh my gosh, your eyebrow. Your eyebrow.
Why am I Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Stop, it's too hot to laugh. Can you behave?
My ponytail is giving Hamilton as well. It's too much.
It's excellent. And then it gets better because...
Does it?
It gets better. Because the CD also has a sticker on.
Of course it does.
Why would it not? You want to be able to read it. And if you can't, I can sure tell you that it says Tracy and Louise Productions.
As we drop a squat.
We drop it like it's hot because we're in the club.
Oh
okay? Like, honestly.
Absolutely genius.
Why are we... Like, you're pure, like, attitude sass. I'm giving sarcasm.
What am I doing?
So... Oh, I've lost it. Right, so the track listing. Very quick.
What's the track list?
So there are 5 tracks. Number 1 is a duet, the Tracy Beaker intro, obviously.
Of course, why would we not be that narcissistic and sing the actual theme tune?
100%. Why not? Oh, it gets better. Number 2, also a duet, Titanic. Number 3 is Dani on her own, singing Fame.
Fame. I am going to live forever.
You are going to live forever.
I'm going to play this part forever. That's what I'm going to do.
Nothing wrong with that, honey bun. And then I do a little solo, all right? I give a bit of Whitney and do Greatest Love of All.
Of course you do. Just a casual bit of Celine Dion and Whitney Houston on the one album at the tender age of like 13.
Yeah, no teenagers should be doing those, but never mind. And then finally, just to finish off and add a bit of extra narcissism, the Tracy Beaker theme tune again, but the slow version.
Of course. Why not? Why not?
So, guys, I am going to play you a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Obviously hasn't heard this. I have pre-listened and tears fell out of my face.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so the first one I think is the original Tracy Beaker theme tune intro. Myself and Dani Harmer, you're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
All my dreams will see me through. Doesn't matter what may come my way. Believe me now, I will win someday.
Excellent.
Oh my gosh, how cute is that?
It was a little bit cute actually, wasn't it?
It's adorable actually.
The next one, slightly less cute.
Okay.
Let's go. It's great. Stunning. Keep going, Dani. Yes.
Really, was giving it some Selena too. Oh, yeah.
Amazing. I mean, the rehearsal that must have gone into that, it was the more.
I mean, you've got to have some confidence to think that you should be able to change the tune from Celine Dion. Like, no, Celine, I think that we can actually sing it better. So we're going to.
This melody would be better, Celine.
Yeah, we're going to put our own spin on it, actually,
yeah. What I really like is that we're both going to sing it really strong, but no harmonies, just exactly the same line.
Exactly the same.
Stunning, stunning. If anyone wants any more requests, just let us know. But I think it's time. I think it's time that we introduce the icon, like you said, the amazing Lisa. Guys, the legend is here. Lisa is in the Zoom room. Yay! Party time! This is so nice to like have someone else on as well, isn't it, Dani? Like.
Oh, and who better to have first of all than our lovely Lisa?
Who better?
Who better? Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming on. Like when we were messaging and we were saying like, oh, you know, when's your availability? And obviously we do completely understand that people have lives, and so we're kind of thinking like in a couple of weeks or whatever. And then when you said like this week or tomorrow, whatever it is, we were like, yes, jump on it. Let's have you. So
I was so excited because when I say that the people were asking for you, I mean thousands of people were like, we want Cam, we want Cam, we want Cam. So
really?
Oh, honestly, Lisa, the people went nuts. And then when we said that you were going to come on and have you got any questions, people were literally DMing me non-stop. And I was literally like, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm going to be able to ask her all of these. My goodness. Like literally I've been inundated. You are so loved.
Oh, well, that's
and the mistake we made, we both sort of put out any questions for Cam. So now like we've both got a million questions. So yeah, but firstly, just how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good, thanks.
Good. It's been well for me. It's been like 20 years.
I know. It's really lovely to see your lovely face again. Are you still singing?
In the shower.
Not professionally.
Well, actually, I did I did just find a CD that me and Dani made.
Ooh. What?
It's called the Tracy and Louise Productions.
Yeah,
but
me and Chelsea made that when we were like 13 at Chelsea's house, and Chelsea just found it. So
what I want one. What's on it?
oh God,
I love Lisa so much.
Can you play a little bit? Can we have a little bit?
You've
got a gorgeous.
I don't know if we've got time, if I'm honest, but it's literally the Tracy Beaker intro, a bit of Titanic, bit of Fame, you know, the greatest love of all, Lisa, the greatest love of all. But moving on, the singing stays in the shower. I love singing. I do. Is that like a memory that you have of us on set?
I just remember you had a really lovely voice.
Oh God, I bet.
I don't know if you were just doing it around, or did we have a rap party or something where you sang something?
Maybe.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of performances at rap parties.
Rap parties were a big deal, weren't they, for you guys?
They were. Right, well, we've got some questions. So my first question to you is, how annoying were we? Because obviously when you're like the adult on set, it's a completely different experience to us kids. Like I was literally... They say never work with kids, don't they?
No, you were lovely. It was really fun. It was really fun.
Even our rap party performances, there wasn't a little bit of you that was like, oh, can you just shut up and let me drink my excited about the
dressing up and the high heels and the I mean, I'm not so into dressing up at rap parties because I always think, don't have too much fun. You just make a show of yourself and you'll never work again. You know, get drunk, say the wrong thing to the wrong person. Oh, no, I've blown it again. But bless you. No, you were lovely. I've just got such good memories. You know, me and Nisha talk about it so fondly. Nisha came up to stay for her birthday a month ago. We're still good mates. And we just look at it as like golden days, you know, like we remember it just being kind of hot. It's like how you remember your childhood. Like, I just remember the good times. I know it was quite annoying and boring and, you know, filming can be dull, but we remember it like summers, blue skies and fun. And I remember you being lovely. To be honest, though, as an actor, when you're working with the kids, it would be like, well, the kids come first, of course, because they were overworking you a lot. So the actors would tend to be in the first scene of the day and the last scene of the day, so that with all the kids' hours and stuff. So you'd find that could be a tiny bit annoying, you know, but that's what you're doing, you know. I didn't mind. But so there's a lot more hanging around, you know, sleeping in the green room. And I remember good snacks as well, sweets and ice lollies and all that.
That's true.
Party to having kids on the set.
The snacks were elite. Well, that's good. At least we weren't annoying.
Not really, no.
Yeah. And I have to say, yours and Nisha's relationship, I just love the fact that you're still so close. I have to say, it wasn't long ago that I was out with Nisha and Lisa when we were filming, and going to a restaurant with these two, honestly, was the funniest experience. I would just they're like two aunties. Yeah, honestly, they are the most indecisive people. And we were just trying to find a restaurant, and we'd go in one, and then one of them would go, oh no, I don't like it in here. No, the atmosphere doesn't feel right. So we'd walk out, and then we'd find another one, and then the other one would go, oh no, I don't like it in here. It's a bit busy. So then we'd have to walk back out again, and then the other one would go, oh no, I don't fancy that.
Let's go back to that one. That was all right.
I know, and then we'd end up back where we started in the first restaurant that we'd walked into, and honestly, it's absolutely hilarious. And then we'd have like the longest dinner you've ever had in your entire life, because we'd forget to order because we'd just be sat there chatting for hours, and it's just brilliant. But I just love the fact that you two are still so close. It's brilliant.
That's
makes me
have a laugh, Beaker. You know,
that's one of my questions actually that someone asked is who was you closest to as an adult, like another adult cast member? Because again, I think us kids were just naive. Well, I was just running around like, this is the best time ever, but didn't really kind of soak up those older like friendships as well. So was it Nisha that you were closest to?
I suppose, yeah. I felt like I got quite close to Nicola as well.
Yeah.
I love Nicola.
He was really funny. But Nisha, I suppose, couldn't get rid of her.
You still can't.
I still Can't get rid of her. No, we had a right laugh, actually. I mean, we used to go out in Cardiff quite a lot with your mum.
Yeah, my mum
did.
always up for a party, man.
Karen.
Always up for a party. Yeah, Kari plays Layla, her mum.
Her mum. Yeah, we had a right laugh. We had a right laugh. But you know, there's a lot of sitting around, isn't it? You get very close to actors on a job. It's funny.
Mm-hmm. It is a bubble, isn't it?
All that much. I forget what it's like, you know. You get very close very quick, don't you? Because you spend hours and hours just sort of hanging around. And I was thinking about it. I think it's because you make yourself a little bit vulnerable as well, because you're out of your comfort zone, you're in a new place, and you're exposing yourself a little bit when you're acting. You know, you're a tiny bit vulnerable. That it breaks barriers down, and you know, you feel like your best mates really quick, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
it's a strange one because you're sort of forced into an environment with people that you don't necessarily would normally hang out with. So it's weird.
It's a bubble, isn't it?
It is a bubble.
That you might not have everything in common with these people, but you have this thing in common with them. So it's you just bond quicker, don't you?
And it's quite intense.
Yeah.
And then you don't see them. And then when you do see them again, it's like, it feels like yesterday, even when it's like 10 years or something.
I know, every time I see you, it's as if like no time has passed whatsoever.
I know. It's like going back and looking at your faces. It's like, oh yeah, hey girls. You know, it's like, I feel like I saw you yesterday.
I know. I was going to ask actually, because obviously we were just kids, but like as adults, does it feel strange to you having watched us all grow up? Like, because obviously I've known you since I was 12, but now I'm 35. I'm like
2001, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
years ago.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, 23 years. So is that like a strange experience?
Yeah. I mean, I know you're grown up and you've got kids and stuff, but in a way, like a granny, I always think of you as a bit of a kid. Like, if I see you doing adult things, I feel a bit like, I feel a bit protective. But I think I also always felt quite protective over you anyway, because I did acting when I was a kid. And it's really fun. But I just felt quite protective, like I wanted to make sure you're okay. Because it's hard work, isn't it, for kids? My God, 12-hour days. I mean, did they change the law, the child labour laws for Harry Potter or something?
Yeah, Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Potter.
Supposed to work for 12 hours a day, are they?
No. Yeah, Harry Potter did change all of the laws. It went mental. Yeah, which was, I think it went from like being able to work like 7 hours to like 9.5 or something, but then you needed to do 3 hours of tutoring and all of that extra work and stuff as well. So it is really long if you think about it. I mean, you might as well just send us up a chimney. But it is more fun, to be fair.
It was quite fun. And how about you guys, though? Was it fun?
Fun? Oh, I had an absolute ball. I don't ever look back and think I was overworked, to be honest. No. I feel more overworked now as an adult than I do as a kid.
Yeah, actually, Dani, was that strange from going from like being the kid to then on your whichever series it was that you turned, is it 18 or 16 that the laws change?
So originally you were classed as an adult at 16 until I turned 16. They changed the law to it being 18, and to this day I'm convinced it was me. That's the reason why they changed the law. I swore, because I was counting down to my 16th birthday and was like, come on, because I'm so excited that I'm gonna be 16 and I don't need a chaperone and I'm gonna do all these things in Cardiff and on my last series. And then as soon as I turned 16 it changed to 18. I was like, oh gosh.
So you had to have a chaperone when you were like 17?
Yeah, fuming.
Oh God.
Who did you have then?
Still my mum.
Oh,
so it wasn't too bad, so it was all right. But I thought I was going to get rid of that tiny little blonde woman. Go away, mum, you're cramping the style. Gosh, I want to be
your mum? She all right?
She's great. She's just about to turn 60. I'm sure she's really happy that I tell everyone that. But she's 60 in 2 days. So we're having a big old party for her at the weekend. Yeah,
tell her happy birthday from me.
I will.
Happy birthday, Jilly.
I will. But yeah, going from being a kid to an adult was really weird actually, because I was, when we did Trace Beaker Returns, I was only 19, so I was still not, I don't think I really was quite an adult really. And I used to make the kids do like naughty things still. So one time we were at the airport, and we were walking through duty free, and I said to one of the kids, right, come on, after 3 we're going to run away from your chaperone. So I thought it'd be really, really funny. So we went 1 2 3, we just legged it. So I was still a kid myself, do you know what I mean? I found stuff like that absolutely hilarious. And I got in trouble so much on Trace Beaker Returns over the most silliest of stuff. Like one time I came in with a box of donuts for the kids, and I got really told off for that from production. I was like, why? And they were like, you can't give the kids like donuts. I was like, this is ridiculous. Back in my day, we were allowed donuts. Lisa would have bought us donuts.
We would have fed you donuts.
Right. But there was just stuff that you could have got away with when we were kids that you couldn't then, and it was just so, in that respect it was weird. And I just think I still felt a bit rebellious like a kid as an adult, which I kind of probably still do.
I guess you had that freedom then, so you were like, I can do what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I'm a bit same as Lisa. I just felt really overprotective of those kids on Trace Beaker Returns because I'd been through it. So I was always making sure that they were okay and that they had enough rest, and you know, they knew what they were doing and they were on it with their lines. And but they were great, them kids. They were so good. Oh man, I mean, that's why they're out there just sort of winning BAFTAs now.
Oh my God, I've seen that.
Yeah, oh my God.
I know. Mia's just like absolutely smashing it.
What a great speech she did as well, eh?
I know. Oh my gosh, I was crying my eyes out. So yeah, just seeing how well all these kids are doing now, I literally feel like a proud parent. So I'm assuming, Lisa, that's probably how you feel when, you know, some of us do quite well. It's kind of like a win for us all.
You feel like your family, don't you? You go a bit mad when you're acting. You kind of believe you are a character that you
a little
bit. Sometimes you can get quite sucked into it.
Yeah.
For so
especially
long.
how long you guys have played it. Like, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, she's in our scripts now as Granny Cam.
I know. And you know, the first time I saw that, I was like, taking the mic. And then it was like, oh, what, you seriously are calling me? What are you talking about? Because, you know, you get old and it just, you get a bit distracted and suddenly you're 30 years older. It's like, Granny Cam, what are you talking about? How dare you? Oh yeah, I suppose I am the granny. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, you'll be Granny Cam.
I did love that.
Amazing.
She was actually genuinely fuming at that because she thought they were playing a prank. It was like, no, you actually are the granny, Lisa. Because I've had a kid.
I'm 20. Oh no,
working it out. Like,
how did that happen? Yeah,
crazy. And what was your audition process like, Lisa? Like, how did that go for you? Were there workshops and lots of auditions, or was it quite quick? Yeah,
I remember I wore that blue vest with a rainbow heart on it.
Did you?
That, which I've still got in my drawer.
Did you know that's one of the most asked things that I had on the DMs is, does Lisa still have that top with the rainbow heart on? And I was like,
I think I do. I think I did my audition in that. Well, the audition was with Susan Tully, who's brilliant, who's a director, who I went with to Anna Sherwood. You know, Anna Sher Children's Theatre, sort of drama club after school in London, which is how come I got into acting. Anna Sher was a wonderful woman. In fact, she just died. She was a really wonderful woman, and she started a drama club in a church hall in Islington. And was brilliant. You just go for an hour a week after school, or an hour and a half, and a lot of working class actors came from there. A lot of excellent actors, like Kathy Burke, and lots of great actors. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yes, so Susan Tully went to Anna Sher's. You've got to forgive me, I do forget what I'm talking about. Like a granny, and she called me in for the audition, and I sort of knew her when we were kids at Anna Sher's. She was in Grange Hill, and then she became a really serious director, and she was lovely. So she was very protective over kids as well, and also you know, it's hard to get a good performance out of a kid. I think in a way you can either do it or you can't in some ways. I don't know what it is. I think it's hard to, but it's hard to get one if someone isn't naturally good at acting. I don't really know if you can really learn it that much. I think some people are either good at it or some people aren't, in a way.
Yeah, I agree.
And she was brilliant. Sorry, go on, love.
I don't know. I could say, especially with telly, like I think with theatre, you can get away with a lot more with kids because you want them to be over the top and you can exaggerate things as a kid. But like when it's with TV, you need it to obviously be a bit more subtle and more natural. So getting that out of a kid is.
She was really good. So we did a lot of rehearsing, didn't we? And I think her audition process was probably quite long. I think I just met her in an office at the BBC. I don't think I had to do much, but then I think she just wanted me, which is really nice. But I think the process was quite long with the kids because she was really workshopping with you guys, wasn't she, and rehearsing and checking out. And I think also protectively as well to make sure people could kind of handle it, because kids can be, you know, we're all delicate creatures, aren't we? And it's sometimes some kids, if you push them too hard, they might get upset or something, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Just checking if you could kind of deal with the sort of work situation, or maybe being asked to do it again. Someone might get really upset, perhaps, you know, if they felt they were being criticised. Some people would be like, yeah, I'll do it that way. So it was the lovely Susan Tully, and I think she was just brilliant, that first series, wasn't she? Did she do the whole series?
A dream. No, she only did that first one.
Just one episode.
Just that one series,
The series, yeah.
Where she did the casting, the brilliant casting.
I mean, we all owe her a lot, don't we? Thank you very much for the job. Thank you. But yeah, she was such a dream to work with, I must say. Did you know of the books before the audition? Like, had you heard?
But as soon as I got the part, I got one and I read it.
Did you?
That's what a professional actor would do, wouldn't they? My God.
Don't look at me like that.
Search it and they'd read it. And they'd get. I can't believe
it's your thing now, isn't it? Again, rebelling. I will not read it.
Well, the thing is, I'm a bit too deep into it now to read it, don't you think? Like, what would be the point? Do you know what I mean? Like, Jacqueline knows I've not read it, so what am I going to gain from it? Absolutely nothing.
I'd just be so curious. I'd just be like, I wonder what the character was like written like, because
Did you read them, Chelsea? Did you read them, Charles?
I read them on the train on the way to the audition, because I thought I was auditioning for Tracy. I literally had no clue of the books. And then when I was reading the book, I said to my mum, I was like, I don't think, like, you know, Tracy's got dark curly hair, but there is like this blonde girl called Louise. I don't think I'm auditioning for Tracy, Mum. And then when I got to BBC Studios, I saw next to my name when I was like registering, it said Louise. So thankfully I did have the book, because otherwise I would have gone in completely none the wiser, reading the wrong part.
Well, do you know what? It worked out in the end, though, didn't it? So got the part, didn't I? So
no, I'm only joking, love. I think you were right in a way, because you've got to make it your own, haven't you?
Well, plus, you know, I don't know. I don't have an excuse. At this point, I probably maybe should have read it. I've read all of her other ones, though. I'm a massive Jacqueline Wilson fan, and she does know that. Like Double Act, Cliffhanger, Suitcase Kid. Read them all.
I loved that one.
Oh, Girls in Love.
Yes.
Dustbin Babies. They were all great. Oh man, she's just like such an amazing writer. Like, honestly, I'm such a huge fan of her. But it's just that one book that just passed me by. And do you know what? I think it did work out in my favour, because I didn't have that kind of preconceived idea of who Tracy was. So I did kind of make her my.
Yeah. Maybe you should read it when the day comes, if it's ever that you are done with playing Tracy and you're like, you know that you're never going to play her again. Maybe you'll just be like, I might read it now.
No, shan't.
And you did it brilliantly, Dan. I mean, that's what made it easy, is that you were so good. You could have been a nightmare if it wasn't you, honestly. You were brilliant. You were brilliant, darling, all the way through.
This is why
I honestly don't think it would have been as successful, and it wouldn't have gone on as long as it has if you were a nightmare to work with. 100%
No, you
not.
were lovely, and
Well,
you
they
were
would have
so
recast.
professional. You always knew your lines. You were
Guys,
brilliant,
this is not a hype up Dani moment. Stop it. We're here to talk about Lisa. Anyway, we were talking about Jacqueline Wilson, right? And that leads me on to my next question, because lots of people seem to think that Jacqueline Wilson wrote Cam based on herself. Do you think that that is true? Do you think that she wrote Cam based on herself? Do we
I
think?
don't know. I mean, Cam is a writer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there was bits of Cam,
Partly autobiographical.
possibly. I mean, is it okay to talk about? I think Jacqueline Wilson is openly gay.
Oh yeah, she's out and proud, baby.
But I don't know if she was at the time.
She wasn't at the time when she wrote it. No,
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yes, yeah.
But when
It's
I
only
read
it's very recent, I think. Only in the sort of last couple of years she's come out.
Oh, wow.
Because
So
when
maybe it's
I
like
read
a secret outing then, writing those books. That might have been her kind of.
and I thought Cam was gay. And you said you'd thought Cam was gay, but so that's why I thought you'd read the book, because I thought from the book Cam was gay.
Yeah. Well, no, I just from your
Just
portrayal,
the way I played it.
for sure. No, just in the writing of the scripts, the character. For me, it just felt obvious that Cam was gay.
I mean, it was very tenuous why I thought it was silly, really, why I thought she was, kind of because she had short hair in the books and because her best friend was a woman who was good at football. I kind of thought, which is, of course, doesn't mean you're gay.
That's the link.
But I kind of thought, that would be quite interesting if she was, but it's not a big deal because that's not what the story is about. It's not about
exactly.
love life. She happens to be. It's nobody's business. It's about her. Oh, I remember Susan said it's like a love story between Dani and Cam, and I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
Do you remember she said that at the beginning?
Yes.
Will they? Won't they? End up living together, you know, and they love each other, and then there's hurdles in the way. And I thought that was a really nice way of looking at it. Of like,
because that was the relationship that was being focused on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we talked about it because when Cam got married to Gary, we were both like, but isn't Cam gay? Why is she marrying a guy? And
to this day, when that script got delivered to me, I was going to set it on fire. I have never been so angry in my life. We were just like, I'm sorry, pardon? I'm sorry, what? The producers, what are you actually doing? That felt like
Gary.
You feel like you're these people, and then these people get you to do things, and you're like, well, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to do it.
Right?
Like
it was like the strangest choice. And literally in my DMs, everyone was like, you need to ask Lisa, like, do we talk about Gary? What was up with Gary?
Oh, have you seen those t-shirts? We don't talk about Gary.
My friend made them. I've still got mine. We don't talk about Gary. Like, if Gary was a strange thing, we should never talk about
that was one of your lines, wasn't it?
Yeah, we don't talk about Gary.
Talk about Gary.
We don't talk about Gary. We just got rid of Gary because Gary, that was, bless Gary. The actor who played Gary was wonderful, but that character should never have come into our series.
But then, you know, gay people get married sometimes to people of the other sex.
Yeah, she made a mistake.
She had to, so she could foster, formally adopt, wasn't it? It was like the happy ever after. She's got married, and then she can adopt you. We said at the wedding, didn't we?
Yeah,
we can adopt you.
Yeah, maybe. But even when we were filming it, it just didn't feel right, though, did it?
It's quite an old-fashioned idea of a happy ending.
Yeah.
I loved the other wedding with Mary, I must say. The zombie wedding.
Cam and Mary's wedding. So Cam and Mary's wedding on screen was like the most beautiful, joyous thing. And to see the reaction that it got online was just...
I know, that weekend it went mental because I wasn't on Twitter, but you were sending me things and I was like, whoa!
It was great because it was literally like, Queen Cam finally gets what she deserves. Yay! Cam, the gay icon. Woo! we love Cam. Like literally,
that was what was meant to be.
My phone
Fabulous.
blew up. In reality, when we were filming it, everyone got COVID. It was so bad.
We called it the zombie wedding because we were filming in COVID time. So it was like all, and so it's supposed to be in a crowd, but we're standing on the stage, like doing this. Dani did a lovely speech, and all the guests were wearing masks. Everyone was completely silent, and they were 3 meters apart. So you'd be looking out on this stage, and there's like a woman, you can't see their face, you know, in a mask, and then a massive gap, and then someone else in a mask, nobody moving, and you're kind of pretending like you're in a really nice wedding, and it was like, we're like, it's really scary. It's like a sort of zombie apocalypse wedding, like nobody's moving and nobody's having any fun, and you can't go near anyone. And I got COVID that day.
Yeah. And then it just gradually seeped out into everyone. And then we had to shut production down when we were like, what, 1 day away from finishing the whole thing? Oh.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh my God. That's
I mean, I don't think it was your fault, my love. I don't think it was your fault.
No, and I got brain damage from that. Proper brain damage.
Yeah, we think Lisa's got.
We shouldn't go into that.
Yeah.
What, from getting COVID that time?
Damaged by that. Yeah, it was when COVID was vicious.
Yeah.
But it's all right now. But if I forget things, blame it on the zombie wedding.
Blame it on.
A year to get my smell back properly. Over a year.
It was so bad.
But, you know, it was around, wasn't it? But it was funny. But on camera, I thought the wedding looked quite good compared
on camera. The wedding was beautiful, mate. It was stunning.
How long did you have to wait to do that final day of production?
I think it was a good couple of months, wasn't it? Because it was a really long time because we'd lost the location in that time. Half the crew had gone on to other jobs.
I didn't come back, did I?
You didn't come back.
Oh.
Someone else had gone on another job, so we had to use the back of someone else's head to stand in for someone. It was Danielle.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was
the continuity must have been an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, it was a lot.
What's like your favourite storyline with Cam, would you say? That's such a vast question because
at the beginning, like, is she going to foster? Yeah. Is she going to foster Tracy? I thought was really sweet, you know, and really interesting, and a single woman fostering a kid. It really touched me. I thought it was really great. So great that they just wanted to make another series and another series. So they had to find something to make them about. But I loved marrying Mary. And I love my wife.
I love that.
Someone else.
So adopted Trace and marrying Mary.
We're very close. I've been and stayed with her. I like to think we're very close. We message a lot, and she really loves me, and I really love her. She's great, Danielle. We're very close. We call each other wifey.
Oh.
She would come and stay, but my house is full of spiders, and she's a bit squeamish about filth and animals. I'm like, you can't come and stay then because I have got so many spiders insects in my house. Like, you won't like it.
How funny.
But,
oh dear. I will send her my love.
Sorry, what love?
Send Danielle my love next time you speak to her.
I will.
My step mum. Yeah. I was trying to work out what she would be. Yes, my stepmom.
She's your stepmom? Yeah.
My stepmummy. So out of all of the like Tracy Beaker eras, what was your favourite? So like the original Tracy Beaker Returns, my mum Tracy Beaker, the Beaker Girls. Which one is your absolute favourite?
The first one, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think the first one.
OG for the win, baby.
But the first one was Ealing, yeah. And then but then Cardiff was so great. I mean, I just had such a crack in Cardiff.
Yeah.
The North in that lovely house. I just remember having such a laugh on that. But I thought dramatically the first series was brilliant.
Yeah.
But they're all good, aren't they? I mean, you know, I think the stuff with Emma's really good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, have you seen their new single? Oh my God.
So good. So
Who's
the
that?
All the kid who's
Emma
doing drugs.
yeah,
How brilliant
Emma
is
who plays
that?
my
Oh,
daughter.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, her and her brother have got a band called The Incident.
He
Guys,
is a
if you've not
superstar.
if you've not listened to it, it's available now. Oh my God, I'm
Oh
doing a
my
plug for
God.
my fake
It's
daughter
brilliant.
and her band. It is so good, honestly. That they're two teenagers and they've done it all by themselves, and it sounds just brilliant, like
Yeah.
amazing. And they did a gig for blooming Noel Gallagher the other day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, hello.
He's a superstar though, you know,
Blinking heck.
Yeah, I mean, her brother is a musical genius for sure.
he's
I'm
like
going
a
to look that up in a bit. I'll
Bowie.
definitely have a
The
look at that. That's
Incident.
amazing.
They are called The Incident.
The Incident, guys.
The
Amazing.
I think they've all got their high points, and I think the Dumping Ground, you know, was really great in lots of ways.
The Dumping Ground, yeah, and it's still going. I mean, that's been the most successful out of all of us, out of all of them, still going strong. Down on their 13th season now.
Oh my
So,
In fact,
God.
I met
yeah.
someone today called Will, a young man, and he said, what do you think? You know, the Dumping Ground's dealing with some quite heavy, dark issues and stuff. Just today, someone said that to me, and I said, yeah, I think that's great. I always thought we should have done that a bit more, you know, but
Yeah,
tricky with CBBC. I think that's quite interesting that they can deal with more.
yeah. I
heavy
think
things.
it's always tricky because I think we dealt with some really interesting topics, but I also think we shied away from a lot. I think we could have really pushed it a lot further. I think sometimes with kids' TV, we tend to patronize kids where we don't need to. So I do think sometimes we made the care system look like a really happy place to be, and that kind of makes me feel really uncomfortable. And you know, quite a lot of care experienced people obviously have a terrible time. That's not what they experience at all. But obviously, we can't tell everyone's story. You know, we only have a certain amount of time, and it's not going to be everyone's experience. At the end of the day, we're telling Tracy's story, so what Tracy experiences isn't going to be what every single care experienced person has experienced in care, of course. But I do think that we could have really gone a lot further and pushed a lot more boundaries. But saying that, I do think that CBBC has always been, you know, the first people to push those boundaries. So I really hope that they continue to do that. And they do tackle some tough subjects, but at the same time, they are still kids. So you do kind of want to keep that innocence.
You've got to be careful you don't upset people too much because they're children. Yeah, you don't want to get too heavy.
But
You want
I
it
do
to be
think,
educational
yeah,
rather than
and you do want to keep
petrify people.
You do want to keep some bits light, but did we maybe have a few too many food fights? Probably. Do you know what I mean? You know, the sentence that always makes me want to be sick in my own mouth, and I hear it so much, is when people come up to me and go, "Oh, I really wanted to be in care when I was younger." I'm like, "Oh, that's so gross. That's absolutely not what the program was trying to do at all."
Yeah.
So that makes me feel really uncomfortable. So we kind of failed on that aspect for sure. But we also
maybe
did
that
a
helped
great
take
job.
a bit of the stigma away as well, you know. Maybe
Yeah,
there
I
was
mean,
some good in that.
yeah, we definitely opened up conversations and made, you know, care not a taboo subject, because I don't know about you, Chelsea, but as far as I was aware, I didn't really know what being in care even was when I first started Tracy Beaker, and I wasn't aware that I knew anyone in the care system at all, because it just wasn't a subject that anyone felt comfortable enough to talk about. So it gave people a kind of reference point, at least, to be able to open up and talk about it. So I don't know if you felt the same way, Chelsea.
Yeah, I think it's like anything like that, it's important to have the awareness. I don't think, me personally, I think I was oblivious to it because I'm very fortunate. I didn't grow up in that system, and also I didn't know anyone who was either, like you just said. So yes, I think I focused on it from the book point of view again, you know, like from rather than like, oh my God, this actually is a real life thing. Like there are actually, but again, naivety, ignorance, yeah. So it is finding that balance between awareness, education, but also keeping it lighthearted. I mean, I was literally 10, 11 and 12, so probably...
Yeah, so young.
Yeah, that is quite young to, you know, I was allowed to be naive at that point, I guess. But that's why I guess it's good that the dumping ground is kind of digging deeper then, because, you know, we've all grown up, but so has the series, the franchise, and also the BBC, hopefully. So, yeah.
Because Jacqueline Wilson, a lot of her books deal with quite heavy stuff, you know, domestic violence, death, grieving, all sorts of stuff, don't they? So
yeah,
kids love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, they just don't want to be patronised.
No.
Which I think it's important. And the dumping ground, I know, has got some good storylines coming up, so it's important. Good to keep an eye out. Lisa, would you ever go back if the dumping ground asked you? Would you bring Cam back?
Yeah. I'm available. I'm open to offers. Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot to do in it, did I? Because you'd grown up. I'd have to foster some other. Oh, what I loved was...
That's a good point, actually. It would be like...
Yeah, what is Cam doing?
Was it in a Jacqueline Wilson book? Or is it...
I don't know, I don't read them.
Or was it in a script? No, I think it was in the book that Cam ends up fostering loads of teenage girls. I think it was a book.
She was.
And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, in My Mum Tracy Beaker, she had loads of teenage girls.
I think it was the book, yeah. And there's like a kind of really overweight girl and a really underweight girl, and that's quite interesting, you know. And I thought, there's some potential for some really interesting storylines, and especially if she's with Mary and two women. I thought, yeah.
There we go. Cam and Mary, the spin-off.
The spin-off. The girls' house.
She opened up her own care home.
I love it. There should just be all these spin-offs from like every single character.
It could be Tracy Beaker multiverse.
And what do you think Louise would be doing now?
Well, definitely not a pizza delivery gal.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Did you see that, Lisa?
Yes, I did.
We are laughing. And do you know what? Someone messaged me this week, or it was a comment on that episode that we did, saying also, Chelsea, on the pizza delivery box would have been Tracy's name. Like being the customer ordering pizza, it would have said, and I was like, yep, that's another great point. But we just went along with it, didn't we? I don't know. I always picture Louise being like a florist. I mean, that's very like stereotypical, I guess, because she just loved flowers when she was younger. I don't know, maybe like a florist or something with animals, or I picture her being like a Miss Honey type teacher, but then I don't think the intellect was there to be a teacher.
And do you think she'd have lots of children?
Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon she would have grown up quite maternal. Maybe she then fostered a load of kids herself. Who knows? Yeah, it would be quite interesting to know that, or like see where Jacqueline would have taken her as well.
We need Jacqueline to write a book.
I wonder if anyone watched it and fostered because of the programme.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, I wonder.
Oh, I'm sure they did. It's such a huge thing. Even if it just kind of like, not because of that, but triggered something, you know, and just made them look into it more. Hopefully, anyway, because that would be
interesting to find
wonderful.
out.
Yeah.
If you did, please do send us a message.
Yeah, 100%.
Let
us know. Have we got? I think me and Dani have got like one funny-ish like question to ask you each. Well,
okay.
This is someone else's question. This isn't mine, but we just to like end with just a nice light-hearted one. This question just made me laugh. It said, "Was it hard to drive the old car?"
Oh yeah, I've driven a 2CV, a deux chevaux as they call it in France. Yeah, the gear stick is like up here next to under the steering wheel. You've got the steering wheel, and then you've got like The gears. Did you ever go in it, Dan?
I couldn't drive back then, Lisa. I was 12.
Didn't I let you ever go in it? Normally
Yeah,
the gears
to be
down
fair, you
there.
probably were like, "Here, Dan, give
Oh,
this a
have
go.
a go.
Give it a go.
Go on."
Oh, it was quite fun though. It was kind of like driving a little tin can. I think they were designed for farmers in France to just knock about on their farms. They're not sort of for motorways,
Excellent.
sort of on proper public roads. So it was quite a challenge. It's quite fun. I like driving. I love driving.
Just not that hairdryer.
Did you
I
drive
was
the
just
Big
about to
Brother?
say, that was honestly, I don't remember many lines, but one of my favourite lines was one of Tracy's where she like was shouting at Cam saying, "And you drive a hairdryer" or something. I can't remember it exactly, but every time I just thought, bang on the money. That's great writing right there.
What an ungrateful little so-and-so.
I love that one. Can I have a word? Have two.
Yeah.
God.
Brilliant. You delivered that better than me. That was brilliant, Lisa. Right, my question that someone sent in, which honestly made me laugh out loud, is: can you swim now, or do you still need those armbands?
Yes, I can swim. It was acting. It was pretend.
And can I just say that I have never felt more awkward in my entire life than filming that scene in my swimming costume when I was going through puberty and growing boobies.
I know.
I remember that.
Poor
Yeah.
darling. Well,
That
me
was
too.
horrendous.
I
Because
felt a bit uncomfortable too.
yeah, it wasn't good because basically when I was younger, I had quite big boobs and they used to strap me down as Tracy because I used to have to wear this big bandage, didn't I, over my boobs. And they realised in the swimming pool that I probably couldn't wear the bandage. So they tried to bandage my boobs down under the swimming costume. And then they were trying to like take it off just before I jumped in. And it was just the worst, wasn't it? And we were both sat there and we were both like, "Oh, this is what really awkward." My little boobies. It was just, it was horrendous, wasn't it?
Oh, Dan.
You've got like all of the crew, and
There's
you know when you're like
blokes everywhere, middle-aged blokes.
I know, and some of the crew are like they're quite fit, weren't they? Do you know what I mean? Like some of the younger ones, and do you know, as when you're a teenager, Lisa. Do you know what I mean? When you get little crushes, don't you? And you're like, "Oh, the props guy's quite hot," but then you're 12 and you've got your little boobies hanging out, and you're like, "Oh, well, they don't fancy me now, do they?" Not that you've got a hope in hell with 12.
It's quite brutal growing up acting, isn't it? Because those awkward, self-conscious teenage years. Oh my lord! When you don't want anyone to look at you, and then
And then you're most vulnerable state, aren't you? And then
they shove you in a swimming costume. So,
oh, darling. But it was a good scene, wasn't it? It was sweet.
It was a good scene.
I do remember it. Didn't you do like a dive or something?
Yeah, we jumped in, I think.
Yeah.
Jumped in. It was about being brave, wasn't it? And going for it. And
guys, I can't believe I'm only just showing you this now, but look what I found.
Oh, you got a Tracy Beaker mug.
Oh, this was like an OG one.
I want one of them.
Oh, I know, right?
So you're gonna have to send her a mug and a copy of our CD.
I think I gave mine away to people that were really into it. Not in a bad people that were really big fans. It was like, "Oh, go on, have them." And now it's like, I want my mug. I have got one mug.
You collect so much stuff, don't you?
In a frame as well of the Nick Sharratt cartoon.
Yeah, I've got
the cartoons. That's why I like the earlier ones, because of the cartoons.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know why they got rid of those. Actually, I really enjoyed the animations.
Yeah.
They were brilliant.
They were. Bring them back.
It was such a great program. I'm so lucky that I was in it. Honestly, I love you.
Oh, we were lucky to have you.
Had
So
fun,
lucky, honestly.
Oh, can I just say, I had a little look. I'm sorry I haven't seen all these videos, but I had a little look before we did this. You hated the singing one, the musical one.
Lisa, talk about this.
My favourite episode. What are you talking about?
This is what I said. I said the only person that liked it was Lisa.
Yeah,
Lisa absolutely loved it. Do you still remember your song? Do you still sing it?
I don't sing. Yeah, I sing it every day.
You do, don't you? Do you still sing it?
Do you sing it though? Do you sing it though?
Do you though?
Do you get your
ukulele out? Do you get your ukulele, do you, Lisa? And you sit there and you play your Pam song, do you? Is that what you do?
Yeah, I do, Dan. Yeah, I do.
Do you?
No, I'll tell you what, I've got something even better. No, I'm not going to bring it up. I do remember the song. These are the rules of my establishment. They are not to be broken, twisted, or bent. Yeah.
Do you know what? I have to admit, I've not seen this episode, right? And I know it's terrible. I've not seen it, right? And I'm not, because I'm going to do like an entire episode of like our reaction to watching it back. That is just going to be gold. So it's going to be firsthand, like the first. And I can honestly, just that little snippet you gave me there, Lisa, I now cannot.
And the nails,
wait.
the red nails. It was really good. It was like a horror film where you're like, it's all a dream. And then it's like, when she's still got red nails. How could you not love that episode, you nutter? It was brilliant.
It sounds so creepy, guys.
It was a bit weird to have that out the blue.
Right, Lisa, we were doing a serious drama and then suddenly we're all singing, mate, and I'm on a giant bed and everything's massive. Yeah. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Your bit was a bit weird.
Like, it's so bizarre. And obviously we were teenagers, none of us wanted to do that. But Lisa, on the other hand, you will see the delight in her face when she's in it.
Loved it. I should have done musicals, man. Are we going to do any more, Beaker, or is that it? Is that it?
No, you'll probably do enough one when we're older.
When you can be the granny.
You can be Granny. Granny Beaks.
Granny Beaks, when she's in her like old people's home and she's just like weeing herself and causing havoc.
Doing revolutions.
Excellent. I think that's when Louise should come back, to be honest. And we'll be on our Zimmer frames and we'll be like, Trace? Yeah. No.
She's trying to get Louise to join in the mischief and Louise is like, no. I'm like, go on, Lou.
Go on, Lou.
Go on, Lou.
Stop. See, it's just endless. The ideas, the possibilities are endless with this franchise.
Correct. Could just go on forever.
Granny Beaks, I like that.
Granny Beaks.
There's definitely a ring to it, isn't there?
For sure.
For sure. Right, we'll love you and leave you there. We'll end the recording. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa. I love you so much.
Yeah, we love you. We love you. We love you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, guys.